Hello there. Hi, everybody. Now, let's have a conversation about our young people, our next generation. This is the business plan that I want to talk to you about in the African American community, okay? Now, whew, I got to take a deep breather on this one. I'm not sure of the specific stats, but I do know this that our young people are suffering. Our young people, they need you. Our young people, they need to know that education is important. They don't need anyone cutting them slack in the area of them being the best they could be. I know every student doesn't want to go to college. I know every young person is not college material. I do, or say, for instance, that is just not their pathway. A lot of them are entrepreneurship pathways. A lot of them may be technical skills pathways. A lot of them may be art form. Whatever it is, just nourish and harness that gift in them and show them love and compassion. And there's a lot of things along the way that we must do to protect our children, young women. We must protect our children from predators. We must protect our children from other things. But the business plan that needs to be in our communities for our children is we need to make sure that they're educated. It's not up for negotiation. Whatever that case may be for them, that they want education, don't allow them to tell you what they will and won't do, and don't allow them to give you the orders. You just kind of talk to them and maybe not be authoritative, but just talk to them on the pathway that they may want to take. Because even though I am a biz strategist, I see everything can benefit us people in general, whoever you are, whatever ethnicity, whatever race you are. I see it as a whole that we need to be in a structured manner, and we need to want to take a direction to get there. Okay, take that direction, that narrow road, and get to where we need to be. At least have a vision in our thought process, and I think it can cut down on crime. You see, there's so much going on in the world. There's so much going on day to day. We having these young people. I understand the police brutality and all of these kind of things, but teach your young people how to respect authority on all levels. It might save their lives. It might save them. It might save their life. So let's kind of come in and plan to have this younger generation around. For most of us who listen to this, maybe my age and older, let's keep them around. And keeping them around meaning showing them the way. I understand technology. They don't do things like we've done them in the past. They don't see things the way we see them. They see them from a different lens. They're watching different television programs. They're watching different things on TV. They're listening to other things and listening to other people. And then, too, you can control that as well. You can have a part in that as well. So don't tell me you can't do nothing with your children when you can. Now, I think I can talk about this subject in this conversation because I raised two myself. I'm not talking to you and telling you what they're gonna. Oh, I know they can get stubborn. I know they can get bullheaded. I know they can tell you that they can try to bow up at you, or whatever the case may be. I do remember, but she may not want me telling you this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. My daughter tried to run away when she was a teenager. Yes, that thing devastated me, y'all. Oh, I was acting all big and bad. You can go if you want to. I know you can go. Da da da. She left my house and walked up that street, and I went to crying like a baby. Yes, I did. I'm like, my daughter, my daughter. But one of her old teachers saw her at the corner store. She went up to the corner store of the street and escorted her little hips on back to the house. Thank God for that, because now today, when these young people run away, they run away. Okay, now you've heard the story. I've had an incident of something traumatic. Yes, yes. Overall, though, but She was just, as the old people would say, she was just smelling herself. That's what it was. My son, he was more meek and humble, wasn't like she was. But hey, as he got older, he saw her doing it, and he tried to bow up at mom a few times himself. But he calmed his little self down, and and as they matured and they got older, they realized. So let me tell you, one thing I'm gonna tell you too: don't look at these people on social media acting like their children has not done anything wrong. Okay? Yes, because I know some of them I see and I know their stories, and I look at them and I say, you know what? Why are you trying to put on a face for social media? So anyway, my point is to you, people, we are in this together. Like I said, let's nourish our children, let's show them love, let's be a part of their lives, and let's protect them in all ways possible. And yes, sometimes we need to come and write out a plan about, okay, let me see, how am I going to handle this, or how am I going to handle this situation, or what am I going to do with my child as they get a certain age. Because a lot of our young people now, they think differently than we do. Yes, and a lot of them now they need us more than ever because they don't know their way. They're trying to find their way. And so now I would advise all of us, we just have to, we have to raise the village together. And then in your own communities, people, just embrace your children. Don't leave it to chance for anybody else doing for your children what you can do for them. Like force the school systems. Don't send your child to school and thinking, oh wow, she's going to school. Oh, they're going to school. He's going to school. I got my freedom for today. Or now I don't have to worry about them because you didn't. You're worrying about their behavior, getting away from that behavior issue that they have because you didn't take the time to discipline them when you needed to. So now you ready for them to go to school. You ready for them to get out of the house. No, let's come on in, and that's what I mean. Let's reel ourselves in and let's think about our babies, okay? Let's really think about our babies. Let's really, really, people, I'm telling you, let's really think about them and really think about them in a way, too, that we can prepare them so where they can take on the mantle, not only on your job, try to leave them generational wealth. You know, work on that. If you don't want to start a business and be in the 9 to 5 and the operations of a business, make sure that you invest in one, meaning buy you some stocks. That's a part of ownership of a business as well, whether you know it or not. There's other ways you can do it, but please, please, please don't just depend on a 9 to 5 and thinking that's the end all be all and wear yourselves out trying to give them the world when you're trying to give them the world and the world is out there ready to chew them up and spit them out. But then you've given all of your energies to the world, and your children are going haywire over here on the side. You got to shift your focus. You got to shift that focus. Okay. But that's all I wanted to say. All right. Talk to you later. Have a beautiful day.